Be ready. 15 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Sir, I will briefly refer to the points raised by honorable members in their speeches. It is true that the Road Transport Corporations Act has not been utilized as much as one would have wished, but from that to argue that the Act has remained a dead letter, I think is not quite correct. Road transport corporations have been formed. The premier road transport corporation is the Bombay Road Transport Corporation, and it has been functioning in a very efficient way. There are other state road transport corporations, but they will all be amalgamated with the Bombay Main Corporation, and perhaps the Chandigarh Road Transport Corporation also will be taken over by the Punjab government. Sir, it is true that the state governments have preferred departmental operation, departmental management for the running of these road transport services. All of them wanted to make a beginning, and some have made a beginning. The states of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Kerala wanted to make a beginning, and they naturally wanted to proceed cautiously. They wanted to expand slowly, and it was but natural that they wanted that all the profits that they could make out of this should go into the state coffers. When a corporation is formed, naturally there is central participation, and it was also envisaged that private operators might also share in the capital and become part of this corporation, though it has no materialized situation. The state governments thought that they had better keep the center away from this business so that they could run this undertaking themselves, so that whatever profit they are able to make, they could have for themselves. I, for one, shall not quarrel with such an intention. Perhaps if I had been in the state setup, I would have done the same thing. Now a situation has arisen when the state governments find themselves almost at the tather's end. They want more and more capital to be sunk in these undertakings, and it is not easy for them to find this capital. So, this question was gone into by the Planning Commission in consultation with the Ministry of Transport and also in consultation with the Ministry of Railways. The railways are willing to participate in these road transport undertakings because this participation of the railways in the state undertakings obviates any difficulty with reference to the road rail competition. The bill as passed by the Lok Sabha is already with the honorable members. The Select Committee earlier went exhaustively into the various provisions of the original bill and also recorded evidence from some of the representatives of the industry. The various recommendations of the Select Committee have been incorporated in the bill. In addition, the wishes expressed by some of the members of the Lok Sabha that provision should be made for election of some of the representatives of growers and nomination of certain other representatives in whose case, due to lack of proper organization, election is not the best means of choosing the representatives have been incorporated in the bill. Then this bill, as it has emerged from the Lok Sabha, I hope is of a non-controversial nature, relatively speaking. I may be permitted to explain in brief the changes that have been made in the original act. The difficulties of small growers have been appreciated, and the major portion of the acreage of rubber cultivation is held by the small growers. The small grower has been defined in the bill as one whose estates do not exceed 50 hectares in extent. Proper representation to these small producers of rubber will be given on the board as directed by the Joint Select Committee. The labor representatives in the board have been increased from 3 to 4. The House of Parliament, as honorable members might have noted, will be represented by 3 members, 2 from the Lok Sabha and 1 from the Rajya Sabha. Membership of the rubber board will not disqualify a person from being a member of parliament. The central government will have no representative in the board. However, government officers can attend and take part in the proceedings of the board, though they will not be entitled to vote. With regard to the mode of selection of the members to the board to represent the states of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, provision has been made for election or nomination as may be prescribed in rules. The labor representatives will be selected from out of the panel of names submitted by the respective associations. With regard to the chairman of the board, by and large, members of the select committee and of the Lok Sabha agree on the need for a nominated chairman in order that there may be proper coordination between the board and the government.